right. Well, that got hacked up. But hey, thanks for watching. You're here live in Phoenix, Arizona with our new podcast talk show. Basically, streamcast, I think is the correct word. But we are here today to announce that the government is talking about conspiracy theories that have to be released. So first of all, I have to introduce some of our guests here today that took the time out to be with us. I'd like to start by going to my left, which is Nick Andrews, the man of the hour that makes those ladies scream and holler, cowboy. This is a man who is the USA Bioenergy CEO and knows a lot about our topics today because he's out in the field. And then next, we're going to slide over to Miss Nancy Schwartz, our talk show host of In the Real, and just a wonderful person that obviously is going to help us out today with some commentary that's going to go across. Now, we're going to flip to the other side. To my right, the big man, standing at 6'8", a legendary MLB player, Cameron Lowe. Hold on. Okay, there's a little bit of applause.
No, that's exactly how it happened when I played, too.
Yeah. No, they can hear it. You can't hear it. You don't have the headphones on. All right, well, there it is. And then moving on to Bonita, one of Ace Media's writers right here in the studio. So, guys, first of all, thank you for coming on. And we got a lot to talk about today because I think part of what we decided to talk about today was because the government is actually coming out with the release of all these conspiracy theories. I don't know if you're into it. I don't know if you believe. You got to believe because we can't be the only people on in the universe that are this good looking. Okay, because I've seen aliens and they're not very good looking. So we're way ahead in the fashion world. But guys, I'm going to open the topic up. I got some videos to play. I have some quotes. Nancy's done some research here. Nick has just been, I think you're going to tell us about your probing. But we're here to have fun and get the topics out. So first of all, what I want to do is, before we open up the dais here, I'm going to go to a screenshot here off my computer to show you the kind of relevant aliens approach. If you could flip that on. Yep, there it is. Now, they're claiming these are the known sources where people have seen aliens right now. So, no, this is like through the last couple of months.
Okay.
It's the most current. So you can here, if I scroll down, you can see it gives you the date and time and where they're at. This is the site called Mufon. I found it fascinating. They're really good about it. And the amazing thing about this this company, I guess, is that they have probably like 30 PhD astrophysics, astronomy people. They're all involved in this. And then there's a couple that are questionable. But together they come up with a pretty good solution. But it's always funny to see what's going on in the world. So I'm going to open up the table. Anybody want to jump in before we start running clips? And
I can see just by looking at that graph. I don't know if we can put it up again or not, but everything is happening in the U.S. right there. Obviously, aliens don't really like the rest of the world that much. And or maybe not that. Maybe it's just not that interesting because the weirdness is really going on in the U.S. right now.
Well, if you look at it, there's a lot in L.A. and a lot near New York.
Yeah.
But there's only a couple here in Arizona. But we have, when you look at it, it's like New Mexico, Arizona are kind of the primary spots, right? I mean, Nick, you've been out there in the desert and humping around. Any thoughts on this?
I tell you what, I dated this flight attendant, and her father was a professor at the University of Arizona, and his best friend was the guy who calibrated the satellites for NASA. And so I went to his funeral because I was close to the family, and while we were at that funeral, this guy's partner stood up there and said this guy's life work was very detailed with these incredible satellites with this really wide spectrum of light capabilities. And what I found at the end of this guy's presentation, one, he was very credible. And secondly, the last thing he said will always stick with me, which is, we are not alone. Right? There's no ifs, ands, or buts. When they're calibrating these satellites with this infrared technology, they're seeing things that we can't see with our human eye. So
Love it.
I'm of the belief.
Did he give you any pictures?
No.
Nothing to show on the show.
does.
All right.
No one ever does, but this is my jam. I believe in aliens and UFOs, and we are going on our hunt soon.
Yes.
Later.
Well, we got it. So we thought about it. I mean, you remember, Cam, when we were talking back when they were going to do the big rush.
The rush on 51.
On Area 51.
Yep.
What we were going to do is we were going to get a panel of kind of like comical people, right?
Okay.
And then sit up on this ledge. And then we were going to have announce it. Okay, we got a fence jumper. He's at the 10. He's at the 20. The police have got him at the 35, right? We wanted to do all this caption. But it turns out, like COVID and nobody knew if it was really going to happen. So now we're kind of into it because the government's going to release this stuff. So we're going to probably find it. So now we can go out. Obviously, we're going to do a podcast live on a Friday before we go out, and then maybe do one, a little later into the evening. Because my favorite thing to do is go when there's a big sighting. Because you get to see the people with the Christmas lights on their head, and they got the sign that says "Take me, take me," right? And then everybody's bragging about how they've been abducted. The people that have been abducted, maybe they have, maybe they haven't. I don't know. Maybe they need the attention. But any thoughts? Anybody have any friends? First of all, that were
Abducted?
No.
No
I got nothing.
abductions.
So where do these people
Just
come
sightings.
I think it's more of being visited.
from? Visited.
Yeah.
Yes.
think
I don't
so.
think they abduct you all the time.
Is there a
No, I think
scheduling
they
on
do.
that?
I think they abduct.
Tuesdays at 3?
I definitely, yeah, right. I think they abduct, but I definitely think visitations that while you're sleeping, or, I just think they're around us. I think they walk amongst us.
Oh, they definitely walk
Absolutely.
amongst us.
They're in different skin, but they walk amongst us. Yeah.
So
I
you
firmly believe.
everybody believe that they're amongst us right now?
I don't rule it out.
You don't rule it out? Okay.
I have alien guides, so I know that for a fact.
Guides?
Guides, like soul, spirit guides. Yep.
They're aliens.
Yep.
Aliens have
There's
souls.
at least
You didn't
5
pick
of them.
like an aunt or an uncle?
I did a Reiki session recently, and 5 aliens came through that were my guides, and one of them was actually physically there. My Reiki instructor.
What did he look like?
An alien.
Or what does an alien look
I don't
like?
know. It was like a.
Did he have like a big head?
And eyes and,
Little
he was,
nose?
under the table. Yeah.
Really?
I don't know. I mean, I don't specifically know, but she saw it. And
Now,
it's like
were you smoking the peyote?
No, not at all.
Okay, just checking,
Don't do
'cause,
any
that-
drugs.
that-
Yeah, like if I said this 10 years ago, they would be here to cuff me in 5 minutes. But yeah.
I thought those were shiitake
But
mushrooms.
I
Yeah.
think, but I actually.
She is a
asked-
vegetarian.
I am. I'm a vegetarian. But I actually asked, like 3 or 4 nights after that, I went to sleep and I asked my guides to show me the names of the aliens, or at least give me one of the names.
Yeah.
And Aramid is the one that came in my dream.
Aramid? That's his name?
Aramid, one of them, yeah.
Oh, you even knew the spelling? Did he have a name tag?
No, I just like had the intuition of it.
Really?
Yeah, I know y'all think I'm
I have
lucky, that's
totally
okay, but
different dreams.
one-
Like drowning by Baywatch.
I bet you
I'm in
do.
only in like 2 feet of water. I'm like, help, bring those balloons.
Stand up!
I'm actually on my knees or on your back.
Oh my God.
Okay, so here, I'm going to read something here. As part of the COVID relief legislation, there's an unexpected item known as Intelligence Authorization Act for the fiscal 2021. In layman's terms, it states that the government agencies like the Pentagon, FBI, and other intelligence agencies have to work together to release a public briefing disclosing all of their combined knowledge of UFOs. Now, most of this information will come from the AATIP, or Advanced Aerospace Threat Identification Program. Who comes up with these names?
Just a tip.
Yeah. Very nice. I like that.
That was good.
A project started by the Pentagon to investigate unidentified aerial phenomenon sightings by naval pilots. 3 of those videos cases have been released to the public. Now, can we show that? Can we get that clip? We could show that Navy pilot's video.
They're always Bigfoot-esque. Like this,
What,
Bigfoot-esque?
you can't see anything. It's
The
always blurry
UFOs?
and yeah.
Yeah, it's because they don't want to be seen. They're trying to come in cloud cover.
All right, can we play that video? Or if we can, that'd be great. If not, we'll continue on because we had the video. All right. Well, keep talking while we're doing it. So the former intelligence director, John Radcliffe, said, frankly, there's a lot more sightings that have been made public. Big shocker there. And hinted, when briefing is made public, it will be big.
Big.
You know,
I mean-
from nothing to anything is pretty big, but I don't know what their big is. He also stated that we're willing to talk about objects that have been seen by the Navy and Air Force. Thank God he's including the Air Force, because that would be all planes, and or have been picked by satellite imagery. Going back to your uncle there, that frankly engaged in actions and difficult to explain, movements that are hard to replicate, that we don't have the technology for traveling at speeds that exceed the sound barrier without a sonic boom. That's pretty interesting.
Now,
right?
I did read a little bit more on that
Ooh.
particularly, and they do have a aircraft. They say it's not flying yet, but it makes much less of a boom. It's more of just like a sonic
that?
thud, if you will. So they said our government does have that, and they're questioning how many of these sightings were actually other governments that have technology that we don't quite have yet.
Well, I think everybody's in the race to get the quiet thing. That's 'cause stealth has always been the highlight of war, right? Sneaking in, coming in.
Mm-hmm.
But when you look at it, they probably have so many parts from Roswell and some of these other places. When they say it's going to be big, I want to see like footage. I want to see like aliens walking. A spaceship could be anything. We were at this guy's house, and he had replicated a model of how it was basically on magnets, but it was pretty cool. He raised this like flying saucer that he had made up maybe a foot, but just the fact that he could do it shows that he's probably a smart guy. But there's the classified documents that they've released. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this. But, it's kind of interesting that it has that kind of light glow around it,
Right.
But it's kind of hard to make out. Now, when we watch these war videos, like you could see the zit on somebody's face as that missile's coming in, but they can't make out a black dot. Right?
Whenever I see these clips, I just think of lock one, ready, fire.
Yeah.
Right.
Foxtrot 1.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I think it's purposeful from the aliens. I think that they purposefully don't want to be seen that clearly. So at some point they will be, though. I just think they come through the clouds.
Well, why don't you
They
think
want
their
to be-
technology that they can't be seen at all? I mean, why do you think that
I
we're seeing
honestly,
blobs?
I believe that they are out there and can't be seen at all. I do believe that.
Yeah.
They have the technology to do that. So for me, I think the sightings are just so happen.
I mean, look how that thing locked onto it. Now it's following it, right? So why wouldn't he hit like zoom? Wouldn't that be funny to like see like Tom Arnold in the window? He's like waving. Well, there you go. There's the UF sightings from the Pentagon. All right.
I mean, you can go on the internet and find a bunch of videos, and you can decide whether you think it's a sighting or not. People on the streets seeing things. In fact, more visible than that just regular people in their video cameras. I mean, everyone has a phone with a camera.
Yeah, that's why I can't imagine.
at
Like,
the end of the day-
is Facebook censoring that? Because there's got to be. You saw the lights
sure
here
they
in
will.
Phoenix.
Right.
Everybody knows the lights in Phoenix. There was 18 of them, and they were just like, huh? Okay, so there was like 18 lights that were flying over, the Phoenix.
Yeah.
I think everybody saw it. It was pretty obvious, and they were saying what, weather balloons? Was it weather balloons? Like 18 weather balloons all in
Right.
sync.
And they're always
There's no
say
wind here.
something else. Right.
It would have just stayed or just floated, but these things come in, right? So there's so even Area 51, there's a lot of talk about Area 51, right, with what's going on in it. I don't think a lot of it is at Area
I don't
51.
think so either.
No.
I think they're just making missiles and bombs and whatever there.
Whatever was there, they probably moved.
Yeah, they
by
had
now.
to move it. It became famous.
Yeah.
They're using it, especially when filmmakers start using it like Independence Day, and then you get to see it and people want to go inside. It's still a military base. You shouldn't
Right.
jump. But hey, look at this. We have Manny Parra.
Hi,
Can you here? We gotta put the headphones on.
Oh, we gotta-
to hear him. There we go.
What's
Manny,
up,
can you
man?
hear us?
Can you hear us?
Yeah.
Did you see the video?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, a
What
little
do you
bit.
think? So let's ask
So,
Manny.
yeah,
do
let's-
you
Manny,
believe
what-
in aliens, Manny?
Yeah.
Look, I think what we see as aliens are probably different than what they really are. I think, yeah, I believe in them, but I don't believe in them in the way that we talk about them.
So you don't think they're like those creatures with big eyes and a big head and a little scrawny body that walks around naked and they have no gender?
I think no, Jenny. I think we have them here already in the water.
In the water? So they're like fish?
Yeah. I mean, look at all the creatures in the water. They look like aliens to me.
That's true.
So I don't know. Like, I think that they're probably microscopic things out there too. But I want to walk around wearing a shirt that says "I don't know," because that's really just what I believe. I don't know.
Okay.
But as far as the UFO stuff goes, when you call something an unidentified flying object, to me, it's like that can be anything.
Like a weather balloon?
But I'm watching right now, so that I can learn something and maybe see if there's something new here. Now, I just got on, like I said, I caught the end of that last clip, so I didn't really get any context with it.
Jack, if you could cue up the guy walking, let's see if Manny could actually determine if this is an alien or a human. Jack, if you could pump that up. I know I'm okay. Watch this, man.
Uh-oh.
Okay, there he is. Manny, tell us, is he an alien?
I have a different word for that guy. Oh
See?
my goodness!
Look at that. Look at the way he walks. That's alien right there.
I want him to get on the
Look
bike.
at that. That is alien.
Oh,
man.
God.
He's marching. He was in the military.
Apparently,
obviously.
he was in the alien military.
Clearly, aliens
Space
don't know
Force.
how to ride bikes.
Yeah,
They need.
that's why
training
he's
wheels.
walking
Isn't
it.
there another video though on the driveway or something? Someone saw an alien.
Do we have that other
that one?
video
Just about
that we could?
quarter to five.
Yeah,
oh
that
yeah,
one.
this one.
Okay, what do you
Now,
think,
tell
man?
me if this is right.
La Junta in southeastern Colorado. All right.
What the hell?
That right there is, I think, some marijuana given to a little
In
kid.
La
Yeah.
Junta.
Seriously, the chicken dance, bow-legged, just got off a horse. I don't
What
know.
in the heck?
No,
I think
looks
I
a
think that was
girl
like
with-
yeah.
You know,
That's
the
a
thing that's
joke.
like flipping back there. That's her hair. They did something weird with that.
Yeah.
Well, it also looks like the guy from that movie, The Hobbit or Precious, right?
Right.
Oh,
right?
Spiegel.
Oh, that's who it is.
Whatever, yeah.
Gollum.
Yeah.
Like, well, yeah. The snapping guy, the dwarf from Harry Potter.
Oh, I
the
didn't
elf.
see Harry Potter, so.
I don't know. Well, either way, you
Anyway, I
got to
think
see your
aliens are
first two
fine.
aliens.
Yeah.
Teach me.
Teach you about
I
what?
want to hear some of the stuff that's out there that I don't know about.
Well,
Oh,
okay.
you're missing
Let's
out.
let's
All
put on
kinds of
the
stuff.
glasses.
Let's put on our reading glasses.
So they did say that Trump was going to be. The
I got it right
president.
here.
Oh,
Go
That's
for
what
it.
I was going to read.
Okay.
Awesome,
Yep.
go for it.
Okay,
I
it says
don't
this
wanna
guy
beat
is the
you to it.
whistleblower or attention seeker. Israel's former space chief professor, Haim Esht, from 1981 to 2010, has stated that not only does the U.S. government know the existence of alien life, but they also work for them. So now we work for somebody. Here it goes as far to say that former President Trump was going to tell the public, but aliens warned him against it due to fear of causing mass hysteria. Oh, against it due to fear of causing mass hysteria. Apparently, these frequent meetings in secret bases on Mars to keep away prying eyes, being Earth's induction into the Galactic Federation. This will be after the majority of humans generally understand space and spaceships. So colleges are now opening the space program.
Why is that funny? This
What?
is great. Why is that
This-
funny?
The space program?
Yeah.
No, I love the space
Okay,
program,
good.
but what are we going to take classes? Ladies and gentlemen, this is our alien friend. Be nice to him.
I think they should be
Don't-
just to make people more aware.
What?
I just think the space program should be to make people more aware of what's out there, that there's
Well,
more than what's right here, right?
why don't they just show it? I don't need to take a
Yeah,
class.
That's true.
We
Right.
post it on the government site. We can all see it. I think if they desensitize the earth, look at MIB, these movies, they desensitize everything.
Totally.
Now kids aren't even afraid to go to movies. You ever see them in a horror movie now? They're like, he's behind the door.
Right.
What? Turn a light on. Who doesn't walk in their house and turn a light on? So that's where it gets sticky. But we have we also have some. I think we have some other videos. Now we have one from the Smithsonian Institute where it shows the pilots how they see it, how they record it, and then how they call the military. The military says that they don't see it on their radars, and then it comes back. It's actually pretty interesting. Jack, if you could just roll that little bit. I thought this was kind of a dynamite put together by the Smithsonian. And we could just stare at me for a couple of seconds. But we have so much to talk about coming up after this. Roll it. And roll it.
Or push the play button.
Or push the play button. Okay, now that's what he's telling me. See, that I guess I don't have it here. So roll a different video that we have.
I am here to discuss the
Oh, yeah, this is a good
so-called
one.
flying saucers. Since 1947, we have
Oh.
received and analyzed between 1 and 2,000 reports. We can say
Just
that
have to
the
watch it.
recent
It was
sightings
basically
are
a
in
general
no way
who was
connected
announcing that we do have
with any
alien
secret
life.
development by any
Doesn't
department
know
of the
exactly
United
what
States.
it is.
Now, with that,
And then there's this woman that's saying, we can't be alone.
No, it's mathematically impossible,
Yeah.
basically.
Absolutely.
And I do agree with that.
Yeah?
Yes.
Should we be so arrogant to think we're the only people that exist in the universe?
Good point. I don't think so. I think there's other life forms.
Absolutely, there
Yeah.
is.
It's just, there's no travel plans. There's no outline. Like, I can't go to the travel agent and say, I'd like to be there.
Well, if they can get to us from wherever they came from,
Yeah.
they're a whole lot more advanced than us. And it brings me back to the song by Porno for Pyros.
Yeah.
We'll make great pets.
Yeah. That's good.
We will.
We probably will.
Yeah.
I mean, they were making movies of it, like War of the Worlds, stuff like that. So people were getting, shown. Nick, anything on this? Pretty quiet over there.
He's taking
Took
it
your
all
hat
in.
off.
Are you taking it all in?
My son went
So-
and saw E.T. the other night.
Okay.
Really?
For the first
They had
time?
a replay of it.
that's
That was
Wow,
my
went back to
favorite
the
as a
80s.
kid.
Yeah.
I think it's more like Star Trek, where they aren't interfering with us because our intelligence isn't up to theirs. Like Star Trek, the beginning, they would say, and we will not influence anybody that's not as far advanced as us.
So my thought on that is we are in tune with them, and you don't have to see them to communicate with them. So when you have strong intuition and you believe in the spiritual realm, I believe that you can connect with them. There are many channelers that actually go into the Federation of Light and do talk to them and go to meetings, and they astral travel and all that, which probably is a topic for another podcast. But I absolutely believe that you don't have to see them to believe that they're there. We are talking to them.
Are we
My
talking?
question is, what are we looking to get from it? Is it, for me, the excitement of discovering aliens or them discovering us would be, what kind of technology do they have? What are they able to do that we're not able to do? For me, that's the most intriguing part of the whole thing. Otherwise, the only benefit to finding aliens it might actually unify everybody against something outside of humanity.
So I love
Right.
that you said that, because I believe the benefit is more, it's for all of us, but they have all kinds of technology, and the benefit for us is that their whole goal is to take away the dark and bring in the light and get into the new age, into the 5D realm. And that's all, again, I don't know how much we want to go into that, but there's huge benefit to having aliens because they are so much advanced than we are, that they are bringing us together and they're clearing away the dark. That's what the Galactic
Well, could you
Federation
imagine the speed that they could move at,
Oh, I
right?
mean,
We're watching these
3
aliens
seconds,
fly
yeah.
through the air. Could you imagine how Jimmy John's would be out of business? It'd be like, we're so fast we freak. Now we're so fast we're already there.
I mean,
We just throw it at you.
Yeah.
There we
Out of
go.
pocket.
Hang on. Just getting there.
Oh,
getting
look
there.
at that.
there
Nice.
you go.
Just for you guys.
That's
Wore that
perfect.
just for you.
Manny.
Nice.
That's awesome.
Way to bring on your Alienware. But we do have the Smithsonian. I'd like you guys to kind of check this out. So if you want to run that, Jack, just so you can see the actual drama as it pertains.
May 25th, 1995. America West Flight 564 is a Boeing
So the audience-
757 en route from Dallas, Texas to Las Vegas, Nevada, with a full cabin of passengers.
25 knots.
Captain Eugene Tollefson is at cruising altitude when a flight attendant
Hey guys,
sees something strange
you seen those lights at 3 o'clock?
I've been following them for a while.
against a
Porque no
scattering
audio.
of clouds. The crew reports strange lights in the distance.
Oh, that's awesome.
Concerned co-pilot John Waller contacts the ATC in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Basically, he's confronting the tower. Tower doesn't know what to say. They call the military. The military
Air
says they
traffic
don't see it on
control
their
asks the
scopes.
pilot for any details about what he sees.
It's up in the air.
What's the altitude about?
I don't know, probably right around 30,000.
Pilot's
or so.
got to see a lot. You know, like
There's a strobe.
we got to bring some pilots in.
My neighbor's a pilot.
So what is this video showing?
Oh, did you see that?
You can't see it?
The object he sees is
No,
massive.
I see it, but what's the context?
The context is that
The
they're
object
claiming
appears to be
they're
as
calling
big
into the
as a
tower
jumbo
saying that
jet.
they see something
But
out
there are
there.
none
Do
in
they
the
see it on
area
their
according
radar?
to
Maybe
air
another
traffic
plane,
control.
maybe whatever. They're not seeing it.
If it is an
The
aircraft
control tower
undetected
calls
by
the
radar,
military to see if they
it is
have
a
any
dangerous
specialized planes that are flying, you
When
know,
a
like
flight
stealth
crew reports
bombers
a
or
possible UFO
something that their
over the
radar
radio
would
in real
not pick
time.
up, and then all of a sudden they say
Their
no, they don't
colleagues
see
on the
it.
ground
Their
are often
radars don't show
skeptical,
anything,
but
and
diligent.
the bottom line
So at 9:30 p.m.,
is they're
Albuquerque contacts the
flying,
control
and
tower
it's
at
kind of
nearby
following
Cannon
them.
Air Force Base to see if they have.
And
any
this is a
military
movie, or
aircraft
what
in
is this?
disguise.
it's an actual true story that the
Okay,
Smithsonian
so like a
did.
documentary, like a recreation of something?
Yeah, like a small. We only took the recreation.
What does that mean? I don't know. It's a UFO. So no, we haven't seen nothing like that. Okay, keep your eyes open.
And
The
he's
radar
basically
operator
saying,
at
well,
Cannon Air
we don't
Force
know what
Base
it is.
sees
It's
only
got, you know,
one
he's trying to
signal.
explain to him.
America West
Yeah, something popped up and said actual recording, so it looks like they have some actual recording on there.
They don't have any weather
But-
balloons or anything up there tonight.
Nobody up front knows any idea about that. You still see it?
But it apparently follows him.
They look
So
again.
it's probably just studying
don't
our
see it.
technology that we're still using engines and
Right?
kind of
You know what would be
giggling.
really interesting is if they can travel through the universe, how are they doing that? Are they breathing something?
Ripping space-time.
remains a mystery.
Because how would they be able to then get on the Earth? They would have to adjust somehow to our atmosphere, right?
Right.
Unless they did it the same
And
exact
the
They say
gravity.
they can't
Gravity
stay
is
here
the
for
big
very
one.
long. They
Yeah,
can
the
only
gravity.
stay here for a few hours at a time, right?
That's what I think.
It is the gravity that
Yeah.
forces them
Over
because
New
we have
Mexico in 1995.
gravitational
Well,
pull.
my question is, are we actually them and they are actually us, but we're them from the
From
past and
30,000
they're
feet,
us from the
a distant
future,
planet or star
and
can
they're
appear
coming
with a
back
strobe,
to
giving the illusion
check
of a
on us.
UFO.
I don't know.
I
think it's a
I
mix
think that's
of
what it
that.
is.
I
Sometimes, you know, if you saw MIB, remember, like their whole thing was chasing this little like universe, and it was in a cat's,
yeah,
like the
little
whole,
marble.
yeah, little marble.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I wonder if we're in that little marble,
Pretty much.
right? You know, like that's why we
Yeah.
can't reach Mars
Professor of astronomy
because we keep
at
hitting the
York
glass.
University in Toronto.
I mean, we are just a little a crumb in the big scheme of things.
You can
in
kill
the
it, Jack.
universe. Absolutely. But I agree with you, Cam. I think it's a little bit of both. I mean, I think they are from the past, or we are from, you know, the past, and we've come here in human form, and there's just experiences that we have to go through. And I think it's freaking amazing.
I think somebody's watching us, kind of like their ant farm.
absolutely.
Well, I've heard that there's aliens that are protectors of us, and then
Yeah.
there's those that wish to harm us, and I don't know whether they're the tall whites or the grays or the
Raptoids.
the raptoids, yeah, the Galactus, or I don't know, but I've just heard that there's some that don't like us and some that do like us.
Just like humans, right?
Where'd you hear that?
Where'd you hear
Maybe my brother.
His brother's
Where did he
really
hear
into the
that?
conspiracy.
Where did he hear that?
Where did he hear that?
Oh, I don't know.
That guy does a lot of research
He
on
does
this
He would
a lot
stuff.
have an
reading.
answer for me. Cam, he would have an answer for me.
He would
always
absolutely have
does.
an answer for. I was hoping he would be on the show maybe next time.
Yeah, I even
Yeah,
called him to
yeah.
see if he'd come in via Skype.
Yeah,
He never answered. He never answers.
Bummer.
Yeah.
I leave voicemails. But either way,
He's
we
studying.
have. Huh?
I said he might be studying.
he's got clients.
He's got clients. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he said.
He's using actually alien technology to help heal people,
That's right.
and I'm kidding, not kidding.
Kidding, not kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, the guy that made these
Well-
devices,
Yeah.
they said he worked at Area 51,
Yeah.
and he is accredited with creating our missile guidance systems.
That's right.
For the
I
Department
did
of
hear
Defense.
that. Yeah. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
He's probably got some stories. We'll have to get him on.
Awesome.
So there I was in Area 51, and they brought the alien down. Boom. No.
They say all our advances in technology are due to alien.
Yeah, that's right. Roswell.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
how they got the stealth bombers.
We buy it from them with gold. That's what I've
that
heard.
that is.
right?
Yeah, I've heard that many
Yeah.
times. So they're after gold. Gold seems to be the source of living. If you there are some tablets that apparently have been made out of gold. I again, I can't confirm this, but I can't deny it. But that gold can keep you alive.
Well, that's what the Egyptians believed.
Yeah, I was watching some of that, the historical, like how did they get the bricks to formulate that, and the Mayas,
And then
right?
how did they build the pyramids? Think about that for a moment.
Yeah,
Well,
couple of sticks and some elephants.
And
don't
Mr.
think
T's still alive, so think about that.
That's
You know
right.
what I mean?
But he's lowered his mohawk.
Has he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's more of a gray,
It's a gray hawk.
fin.
The gray fin.
Well,
That's attractive.
if all that's true about gold, then that means cryptocurrency's doomed. Because then they won't care about that.
Well, thank you for putting that downer on us.
Yeah, we have a sound for that.
Hey, good
Wow.
job. All right, very good. So I think we have. You know what? Now here's a question. Now, do you think aliens do like cosmetic surgery on themselves?
I would think they're all natural.
I just think
Yeah?
they are what they are, but I think they experiment with their study of us and our eyes and our skin and our features and all that. I think they study.
Well, I think
that
we have an alien woman. If we could do that, Jack, if we could put that
okay.
up. This is what we consider an alien enhancement.
Oh wow!
See, they're
Hell
going with
no.
breast enhancements, so they're following our trends in
That is-
Hollywood, right? What do you
Alien
think?
breast enhancements. Like,
That's right.
come on.
That's hot.
That is. Well, she had like
I like
multiple.
Yeah, she had like 2 pairs.
You know, like if I don't like these, I'll just use these.
Yeah.
Oh, remember Total Recall?
Yeah. Oh yeah, the 3. Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But she seemed cheap
Yeah.
working at that club. That wasn't nice. What'd you think of that, Nick?
All I could see was the back of Nancy's.
Oh,
No,
really?
just
I
kidding.
hid those large, beautiful enhancements from you. I'm so sorry.
Well, let's put up one of those other pictures, like the transformation. So, people are talking like they're transforming to us. So, see that? Look at that. Are they transforming to us? Because their facial features, even though their cheeks seem to come in and ours seem to kind of go out with our jawline, but the transformation. What do you think of that, Manny?
Where are you getting that from?
It doesn't matter. I'm just asking you a question.
You want the
Oh.
source, man. It's like, I want
Yeah,
the
I mean,
Where am I getting the source?
Yeah, they look like humans a little bit.
It's called graphics.
I thought that looked more like the same person than old
Yeah.
Joe Biden versus new Joe Biden.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
man.
Oh, wow.
I agree.
Without a doubt.
I totally
We
agree.
we don't have one of Joe Biden yet.
Uh-huh.
We'll have to have the
No, we
graphics guys make it.
definitely need one of those.
But that's interesting because when you
Podcast
look
version.
around, people are starting to, you almost wonder, right? I mean, if you look at that picture, even though can we put that picture back up one more time just to see, like, look at the eyes. I mean, really, they have the same kind of structure, our nose,
Yeah.
face, mouth. I mean, any plastic surgeon could probably take that. I mean, you've seen the creations they have on like Oprah and stuff like that, where they're mimicking us. All they have to do is basically add a wig and
Right.
change their eyes. I mean, look, we use for all these Hollywood effects. They put the colored eyes in. You saw Darth Maul from Star Wars, and they put colored eyes in. That's all they'd have to do.
Well, I think it's funny that we're talking about this right now because there's things that we can do here on Earth, with plastic surgery and that we're doing to ourselves. And now we're like, oh, now they're able to,
Yeah.
like they weren't doing it like, 1,000 years ago or 10,000 years ago or, like, no, we can do it here. So now they can do it.
But I think they've been doing it. I
They
think
charge a hell of a lot less, though.
Yeah.
They got
think
way
they
better
do
technology.
it though. I think there are aliens walking around that look like humans. I think they come and study our skin and all that. And I would not be surprised with all the plastic surgery going on in humanity if people start asking to look like an alien because we have Barbie dolls out there, the Barbie and Ken dolls.
the
walking
Cat
around,
Man?
the Cat Woman too.
Mm-hmm.
And I wouldn't be surprised if I saw someone surgically enhanced.
Well,
Sure.
put up one of those other pictures, Jack, so that we could see the difference. Because there's a lot of speculation on what they look like, right? You have the grays. Like, look at this. This is kind of a. I'm using that term you were using. Are we alone? But when you look at it, that's kind of the picture I think that everybody sees as aliens, right? The grays, known as the grays, right? Can you throw up another one? Give us a different one. Now look at this, how they're changing and evolving, right?
That's an avatar.
See,
Well, thank you,
I
yes.
was gonna say, to me, that's just Hollywood movies.
You think that's Hollywood?
I wouldn't even look at that and think it's an alien. I'm like, what movie is that from?
Is that Avatar 2?
I don't know, but when it comes out, I can't wait to go see it.
I don't think that was Avatar.
No, that's not Avatar.
Avatar, they were blue.
That's what they look like, yeah.
That's like one blue eye, one green eye, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I do like the jewel on the forehead. I might start that trend. What do you think? Put it right there on my forehead?
Yeah.
Sparkle.
Yeah.
I'm going to bedazzle myself.
Oh, my God.
What do you think? Just bedazzle, start a new trend? No. Yeah. Okay, no. All right, so we have, I think we have some other videos that we put up. But we have, former President Trump approved a bill on December 27th, making the deadline for this information public knowledge on June 1st. So that's the date that it's actually going to come up. Perhaps this might be the truth that we're all looking for. That's why I love these type of shows, because it's a conspiracy, right? Nobody knows if it's real or if it's fake. But in the end, most people now believe that there is. I mean, I think everybody here, we're not the only ones.
No,
Nick, are you in?
I'm in.
Yeah? Okay.
So, and what do you guys think? They always talk, like some of these articles that I have here and I'm sure you read some too, talking about the reasons why people won't talk about it is because it's just too much for humanity. People will go nuts. But really? What about COVID? People went nuts and still are with that. So I just, I don't know. What do you all think about that?
I think we'd be able to handle it as long as they're not here to exterminate us, And I think if they were here to do that, they'd be done, getting on their way already.
Right. I think they're going to start with the non-gun states because coming here is going to.
You know what? It's the aliens that are worried about the 30-round clips.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they're transforming to Biden because what did he say? 45.
What?
He was on a 45 or 100 meg clip.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah. People are going, where's the 100 meg clip?
The full 9 yards?
Yeah. I got to be honest, I'm totally pro-gun, right? I love guns. But, when we were watching the 80s movies, and you lived in Texas, right? You were what, Austin? No. Fort Worth. I think everybody in your high school had a gun rack.
Oh, yeah.
Was there any shootings?
Never.
No?
Exactly.
Just rock salt, right? Right in the ass? Yeah, okay. That was just a little party get going, right? But, Texas, Arizona, there's guns all over the place. I love it. I'm actually fascinated when I go into like a grocery store and I see like an 80-year-old woman, right? And she's got this dirty, hairy gun. And I'm like, that's a one pull because you're going to be about 30 feet back, little lady, right? You better hit them on the first one. But just to see the cannon that they have, like me, I carry a small gun only because it pulls down my pants, right? It gets heavy after a while, right? Well, you got those police belts, they hold it up a little better, but you're wearing a gun all day, pretty soon, what do you know? It's going to start pulling down your pants, and plus it ruins your belts. So wear a little gun, but these little ladies that I see in the grocery store carrying these cannons, I'm like, whoa! I'm going to be honest, they're expensive too. They're not cheap. Like these big dirty hairy guns, they're like $1,200, $1,300, $1,500, and they just got them strapped, and it's like nobody gonna mess with me.
Nana is announcing her presence with authority.
Yeah, there's nobody gonna mug her.
No.
It's a done deal. I don't know how we got off aliens. Do you think alien technology and their guns? I've never heard of an alien attacking.
They don't need guns.
No,
I don't think they need guns.
No,
they can kill you with one
yeah.
swoop if they need to.
They're energy medicine, energy weaponry, energy. Yeah,
it's all energy.
Without a doubt.
Need anything.
So there was this guy in Texas. I actually do have the clip, but it's so long. I don't know if we should play it. But he after like 35 years, he was 19 at the age at the time this happened. But him and his buddy were just fishing, and he said, going back to what Manny said, he thinks they were in the water. They came out of the water. The picture that he had drafted, right? It made him look kind of like a mummy. So picture like a very thick wrap, and it was layered. Kind of like those dogs that have all the wrinkles.
Oh, Shar-Pei puppies.
Shar-Peis. It was kind of like a Shar-Pei type of feel going all the way down, but he said it was the size of a football player because he had like a little waist, this monstrous chest, pretty, I don't want to say big arms, but it was, I don't know, somehow, some way he decided to tell the story, and he got the guys that he was fishing with to finally all kind of like sit around the table like this and actually announce like what happened, and they were like confirming it. Then they went out, they did this like, some of their investigative journalism. This was a couple of years ago, so it was pretty good. Where they found the crash site, they found this, then they were starting, they were taking like I don't know what you'd call it, but like sonar, trying to like do ping, and they were hitting stuff. And then, divers are supposedly going to go out and kind of like swim down there. But it was in a lake. It was in Texas. I think it was your backyard, right? You're an alien. They quite frequently.
So we're talking about like a creature from the Black Lagoon.
Well, he said three of them. Yeah, they came out of the water and they picked him up. He said, but they didn't pick him up. He levitated up and they took him up. And obviously, he said part of the story was that he floated up through the light, just as you would see in every Hollywood movie. Floated up, but he floated onto an examination table, right? And therefore, they had this. He said it was a box size of a deck of cards that would go kind of like our dental when they get a panoramic. You know how the dental thing comes around and it takes your whole. And it said it was just going around his face a couple of times and then levitated him back down. So they didn't harm him, didn't hurt him. And, thank God he wasn't claiming he was pro, because that would have thrown this whole thing into a mess, right? But he said they didn't harm him, they didn't hurt him, but it freaked the hell out of him. But they haven't talked about it. Like they finally put these 5 guys, for whatever reason, they didn't talk, and somehow they split up. They didn't want to talk about it. They just kind of like went their own separate ways. So as journalists are somehow put them all back together at a table, and it was kind of ironic because they hadn't seen each other in a long time, right? But when they go, and that's when he did that, and he goes, you know what I'm saying? Like all their stories kind of collided perfectly, and that's when he lifted. And he goes, yeah, and he goes, it was about, and everyone goes, a foot. It's like 5 guys say a foot. It's pretty interesting, right?
It, right? So
yeah, they didn't pre-plan it. But these were, older guys. You didn't expect them.
Scared to death, and they didn't want to go to be checked into a loony bin.
Yeah, but they had nothing to gain, nothing to lose, and they weren't looking to make a book or something to that nature. So I found it kind of interesting. So we do have the video, but it's like 5.5 minutes, and I don't want you guys to sit through it. I know Manny, he'll probably change his shirt to something other than the astronaut, not alien. Do you have any alien wear? Do you have those those antennas that you wear here?
What's that? Yeah.
Yeah, like what was that? Mars, Martian, the Martian.
Marvin the Martian.
Marvin the Martian, when he put those things up.
Martian.
I want to see them play sports. Absolutely. That's what I want to see.
All right, Manny. So Cam, you guys both being MLB guys, do you think in the MLB sports leagues that there would be enough guys to say organize a let's call it a in the desert viewing night?
Enough guys in the MLB that would want to go out,
like guys you played with, would they, like if you said, well, first of all, it'd be like partial party, aka barbecue, but we'd be stargazing to see if we brought out some cool technology, some kind of like major telescopes where we could get like a crowd, and put it out there, kind of make
be able to put something together like that.
Because the only way that most people see it, like that place in California, I think we were looking at videos, before we were coming here, there are people that are just like, they're like filming like them hiking, right? Mm-hmm. And they're like, oh my God, what is that? You know what I'm saying? And they just happen to see something. Some things happen during the day, but if we were out in the desert, like a very flat area, I think, because I wanted to really go to that Area 51.
That would have been funny.
Yeah,
that
do this podcast
hilarious.
Right from there. That would have been great.
Cool.
We got another runner.
He's over the. Oh, he's tased. He's tased on the 40. Oh,
he made it 25, 30 yards. So that was pretty impressive.
You should see where they tased him. We got hot nuts here. Okay, so do you think we could organize like? Because it's coming out on the 1st, right? So we got from now until then. We could organize it, have everybody, half the guys with RVs, and just kind of create the chuck wagon, so we're protected in case they come down, But do like a UFO. I think a lot of people would come. After COVID, like nobody knows where to go. You're out in the desert. You want to be 6 feet away. You could go 600 feet away, and there's nothing to come. Yeah. Maybe a couple of rattlesnakes.
Well, think about it. If they've been hiding themselves and not letting themselves be seen, or just little bits and pieces to keep themselves secretive, but now we're going to fully disclose that they got no reason to hide anymore, right? They're just going to come out and be like, "Yeah, we've been here."
Right?
Do you have an extra steak?
I got 600 other people that want to join us, right? I wouldn't say people, aliens, right? What do you call them? Extraterrestrials? ETs?
I just call him Fred.
Fred? or Paul? Paul, yeah. You got to go with Paul. That was a great
Call them
movie.
friends.
Wow.
Huh?
Call them friends.
Friends. You can start with that, see how they reply.
Hello, friend.
Gam with the voices. Nick, would you go?
You said barbecue. I'm in.
Yeah, see? That was easy. Would you even stargaze?
Sure.
Yeah?
Absolutely.
If we put it more on the top of a mountain where we could all go up there, so we could get the ultimate view, podcast from there, so that we could show anything that would happen. I could put up like a series of 15 cameras going all around. We could just be watching. And if anything happened, we could spot it. Because 90% of the time, people don't see it with their eyes. They see it with the camera.
Right.
Right? So we could kind of like have somebody like surfing it, or we could put a thermal on. I've always wanted to do it just to do it.
Want to run around at night with the night vision goggles on.
That would
just
be
run
cool
around
too.
The desert, you know?
Yeah, some thermal. We could put thermal on the lenses so that you wouldn't have to run around. You could just sit there and eat.
Okay.
You know, we can pull it out. But
I thought we were going to have drinks.
yeah, I guess we'll put the
Sherry
bar far
doesn't
away
have a
from the
party without
barbecue,
drinks,
so you have to
right?
stargaze. There you go.
Yes,
So
let's do it.
with this Mufon site, one of the fascinating things is where they're at. You know, where they're hitting in the U.S. and through Europe. Now, these are people who are making claims. So some people post their videos like off of their phone. So it's kind of an interesting site if you're into it, that you can go to the site. There it is. I got it posted up right here. And
It tells what they see.
but it gives you the date, the time, and when you click on something, right, like this, it tells you exactly like the point it was. If you could see my mouse, we're not giving them an ad, but you could see the report, and here's the video, right? Oh, I'm gonna try to blow this up so you can see it. Okay, let's try it again.
That's so cool.
Okay, so I think she's just muting it for the dog.
Yeah.
Because the dog is obviously going nuts, so he knows something's going on. What do you think that is?
I don't know. What are we looking at right now?
I mean, it's
That
a whole,
is something out of her window that she's just kind of like saying, this is what's up in the sky. So what they do is they post this, and then everybody kind of
Never seen
comments.
anything like that.
and it's all those are attached because when it moves, it all moves together. So it's lights
Well,
one
the
thing,
video's not playing normal. Like it's stuck at 14 seconds right now.
right?
I think you're just stuck at 14 seconds. No, it's catching up, but okay, yeah, it might be a slow video. Maybe they're using her phone. But
Because
the
is it moving? Like, is there something moving? Or
Oh, there. Here, I just sped it up so that we could go beyond 14 seconds. But I think that's not her. I don't think that's moving. I think that's her hand. That looks like her phone. What do you think?
I think it's something. It's definitely not an airplane,
I've never seen
Inconclusive.
anything like that.
right?
Well, maybe I should just like pause this and let it catch up because it's. This is off their site, not ours.
I think that might have been me and my buddies flying our drones the other night.
Yeah. Well, yeah, but those got like different. They got red and yellow blinkers, or red and blue.
It depends on what kind of drone you have.
Okay.
I've never seen anything like that in my life.
Neither have I.
I guess what I'm getting at is that they show the video where with the what do you call it? With the
Coordinates?
Oh, I better. Okay, now it's playing with the dog, so I'm gonna pause that. But as you can see, like that's why I like that site. It's not only that they said, "Hey, here it is." They're showing you the link, and then somebody's posting a video. So it's like, okay, believable, not believable. Everybody makes their cause, their debunk. You know, oh, that's this. But there are some people out there that really have some amazing footage, right?
Yeah.
I just think after the first, they'll be a little more willing to expose it. Because right now they're going, is the military going to show up at my house and take me away and test me and probe me again?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe I should put it out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
You have
wow.
one?
No.
Oh, okay. Anything else? Give me some comments.
I mean, you want me to read? Oh,
Yeah, read
comments?
some of some of the stuff that you
so
have.
I have some stuff that I pulled off. The CIA released thousands of UFO documents online, and it tells how to read them. It says over the last 70 years, there's been UFO sightings, and there's a lot of frustration about people who find it, you know, because they have to deal with people thinking they're loony and all that. It says the Black Vault, which is what you told me about, a UFO enthusiast site, and I'm just reading off this, and clearinghouse for related government files, recently published approximately 2,700 pages of the declassified documents provided by the CIA. The new disclosure amounts to over 2,700 pages of scanned documents involving unidentified aerial phenomena, or UAP, which is the U.S. government's term for UFOs. The CIA told the Black Vault that the disclosure includes its entire collection of UAP documents, though there's no way to know for sure. And it says that the full archive is available for download through the Black Vault site, consists of 713 PDF files with sequentially numbered titles. Specific cases are impossible to find without opening each document, and some of the documents are decades-old scans that are, kind of hard to read. It says many of these, this is a quote by Greenwald, many of these documents are poorly photocopied, so the computer can only see so much. And he said on the website, he also suggests that the CIA had deliberately made the documents hard to parse, perhaps to slow people down. Again, it talks a lot about, it's a long article, but it's talking just about how people are just going to go nuts. So they're trying to just kind of throw us a little grain of salt here and there. But it also says the Pentagon declassified the videos and released them to the public last year, citing the need for pilots to feel comfortable reporting such phenomena. And the disclosure stoked new excitement about the possibility that alien life might have visited Earth, though there remains no definitive proof of such claims. So just, and then they go on to talk about...
I love how they say there's no definitive proof, but yet somebody has a video.
I mean, yeah, seriously. Let's not talk about...
Well, think about how much we can doctor videos today, though.
Well, there's a little CGI that could be used, but...
Yeah.
Pilots, you could tell, really. When they're filming or something, I always especially the Bigfoot guys, where they're like, what is that? Did you ever see those, those series?
Yeah.
They got the Bigfoot, and they're or those three guys from the South, they all got big beards, they're out there, and I don't know.
One guy's got the stick, and he's hitting the tree, and then he goes... That's the call.
Oh my God, you did that
whack.
Oh my God, he's been trying out for that show, hasn't he?
Serious. Wow, Ken.
You were trying out for that, right? That's why you're growing your beard out. I got it. You want to join in. But those guys are 300-400 pounds. How are you chasing a Sasquatch?
Right.
They run under breath about 8 feet.
Yeah.
I mean, there's videos of when people are driving in their car and, everyone has a phone now and they get out of the car on the expressway or the road or wherever the heck they are and they start filming and that's not, someone didn't just create that and make a great graphic. They're like, holy shit. I mean, you can just tell when something is absolutely not doctored and created just to get a rise out of people.
Yeah, I think when it's perfectly perfect.
Yeah.
Then you got to kind of wonder. But when somebody's just got their phone and it just happens, something flying over.
Yeah, like an orb when you see pictures and stuff, which that is something.
There's never a high resolution picture ever.
Right.
Nobody has high resolution cameras.
That's what we got to do. Is we got to come out with the alien phone, right? This thing has 2,000 billion pixels, right? So that you can capture that image. That would be, I don't know, food for thought. Maybe another new sponsor coming up.
But the aliens don't even need phones. They talk to you through your mind.
It's telepathic,
yeah.
Or through their antennas, through their gills.
Yeah, but you hear them in your mind.
That's right. There are other types of aliens that have those.
Is that how they talk to you?
That's how they talk to me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. We're going to a whole nother series.
Right?
Here.
We need another show so
how do they talk
Bonita
to you?
and I can talk about the telepathic side of it.
When have you talked to them? When's the last time?
Actually, about 10 years ago.
10 years ago. Where were you?
Do share.
I was in, I used to live in Seattle, and you saw that, not Seattle, out south of Seattle, but when they appeared to me, I was sleeping in bed. So I'm sleeping in bed, and I was woken up with this rumble, I thought my whole house was shaking. Mm-hmm. I looked over at my husband, he doesn't hear a thing or nothing. And you remember the flip phones that used to have the numbers on the outside?
Yeah.
So my flip phone was next to the bed, and all of a sudden it lit up, the light on. It wasn't numbers, it actually told me to go outside.
So the phone told you to go outside?
Yeah, the phone told me to go outside.
And how much were you drinking?
No, I was really scared. I'm going, no, I'm not going to.
Okay. So they didn't really talk to you through your mind, they talked to you through your phone?
No, that got my attention.
Oh.
So then I finally went, okay, so I went outside, and I have an acre, and then I have two people that have over 6 acres next to me, and it's in a valley. So I went all the way back of my house where I was, and sat on a log. Okay, so my dog came up, sat next to me. I have a golden retriever, and I'm looking up at the sky, and all of a sudden it went whoop.
What went whoop?
What went whoop? A UFO?
A UFO.
You saw a UFO.
Saw one?
Yeah.
You've been holding back all this time,
It
Benita?
hovered in that whole. It covered the whole 6-mile area of the pastures behind my house.
Why hasn't she
They
told
take
us
any
that?
cows?
She's been sitting with her every
I
day.
know.
No,
with
it
my
came
alien
down.
obsession.
And then when I sat there, they just talked to me. But what?
What were some of their questions?
Wow, this is great.
Well,
What are you wearing?
No, they just told me I was a light worker.
Well,
And they
light-
said that light workers are on this earth, and they talk to us so that when they do have to come to us, that we're the ones that are going to help people like my husband that didn't believe in anything, is that we're going to help the people that are going to start going crazy over the idea and getting scared. It's like there's nothing to be scared about. They're here to help us.
Wow.
That's
Did,
why
did they do anything to your lawn? Like mow it?
No.
So you're telling me we have to
Actually-
wake up the sheeple on something else?
I know. Oh,
Actually,
my
when
God.
I started questioning it, when it took off, it was like a blink of an eye. It went, and it was gone.
Huh.
How long was it there?
A good 5 minutes.
So you just, were you freaking out?
No.
You were just
no.
fascinated, and did you have like a calm come over you?
I wanted to look at it more, but when I tried to, when you started thinking of,
Like
of
they know
what I
what's in your
wanted,
head,
yeah, it was like, no, this is.
So did they come out of the UFO?
No.
Or you just were telepathically being communicated with from the beings that were in the UFO?
They just
So-
let me see their ship. That's
Did-
all they did, so
Dang.
that I would
Did you
believe
go
it.
in the ship?
No, well, that, no.
No.
Come on, you were about
You
to
were
say
about
something.
to say yes.
You're busted.
Would you
Tell
get to the
us.
front door?
You already gave the story, so you have to share it all.
No, about 10 years prior to that, I was also visited. And it was when I was in college, and I lived in this, I had a small trailer on one of my dad's properties. I had a German Shepherd that used to protect me. So I,
Terminator. Yeah.
so I was sleeping one night. I thought maybe I was dying because I had one of those, I was in my bed, I felt trapped, and I felt like something was on my head, and I had a whole review of my whole life.
Wow.
Have you ever heard that?
Yeah,
Before
yeah.
you die, you get a life review?
Mm.
I had a
think-
life
yeah.
review go through my head. And I woke up scared, so I went and I opened up my door and let my German Shepherd in. And he and he turned around and he looked at my bedroom and growled.
Yeah, because pets
What do you
can
think about
sense
this,
all that.
Manny?
Actually-
You're out there.
Wow, this is
I thought you were going to say
Manny?
he turned around, looked at me, and said, "Can
Now-
you believe this?"
No, he was growling at, it was,
Because the pets can sense all. Yeah, what do you think, Manny? I want to know if he's.
Yeah, you're sitting on the outside now.
I used to hear my mom tell me stories about this stuff, but she talked about ghosts more than an alien being or anything like that.
Wow.
Well, it could be ghosts, could be aliens,
No,
I
they're
mean,
different though.
Oh, you think
a
so?
Ghost is a spirit. Yeah, it's just a spirit. But an alien is a being.
Well,
Well,
I
if
think
you don't
that's
know
why-
what a
I think
ghost
that's
looks
why
like
I
and you
was
don't know what
picked
a
out to
being
be
looks
a-
I
like,
don't,
it could
ghosts
be
don't
just.
look like anything to me. But ghosts are just straight up energy.
They can be just orbs,
yeah,
right?
orbs and stuff.
in your
and just
picture.
spiritual energies. But this is an actual being. Aliens are beings.
So I had an encounter, not with an alien, but
Okay.
at a
What?
at a Shell station.
Everyone's holding.
I thought.
No, I'm serious.
Oh, okay, all right. I thought you were going to. I thought there was a punchline, right? I'm
Yeah.
pumping gas, and there he was.
Well, no, okay. So I was pumping gas, and I walk into the Shell station right on Shea and the 101.
Okay.
And because I used to live over
By
there,
the Portillo's.
close to Manny. Yep, right next to Portillo's. And I hold the door open for this little old lady that was probably, I don't know, 70 or so.
Okay.
And I hold the door open for her, and she looks up at me and she goes, and I can't remember which term she used, but she goes, "Are you an Anunnaki?
Oh wow.
Or are you a Andromedan
yeah.
or something
Yeah.
like that?" And I was like, well, to best of my knowledge, no.
I'm just holding the door for you, so get in. It's free.
And she goes, "Well, usually they're very tall. They're
Yeah.
bald, and they're sent here to help humanity. And I said, well, I am tall and bald, and I like helping people. And she goes, she goes, well, whether you are or not, you're definitely an immortal. And I said,
immortal.
And when somebody tells you you're an immortal, you just agree with them. So I kind of laughed it off, went in and got my drink, my energy drink or whatever I was there for, and I get back in my truck, and there's a song by Volbeat called Immortal, and that's the song that was playing as soon as I fired up my truck, and I was like, okay, that's kind of cool. That's kind of weird.
Was she sitting in the corner like that grandma in Legion? Did you ever see that movie where the grandma climbs up the wall?
Oh, the other part of this is she was actually not an astrophysicist, but she was like a astrology or astronomy.
Oh, she was a professor?
Professor at one of the local schools here.
Now that's impressive.
Really cool.
Yeah.
So that took her out of the category
So that
of
means
being
Bree's
weird.
never getting rid of you.
Yeah.
Oh no, I'm here forever.
Yeah.
Oh, poor Bree.
He's immortal.
You guys are stuck with me.
He's immortal. So he'll be here every week. After we're all gone, he'll take over.
So did you feel different? Like, obviously, that was a wanky thing that happened. I mean, did you...
When
you
she
walked
told
in there and
me
you
that,
floated
I
out.
kind of was like, that's funny, and wow, okay, I'm an
didn't give it
immortal.
any other
That's cool. But then when I got in my truck and that song played, then I was like, that's all right. That's kind of weird.
Synchronicity for real.
Yeah.
Have you lived your life any different since?
Not
Good
at all.
question, Manny.
Just killing
He just
yourself.
doesn't
Like,
go
I'm
to
just
that
gonna
gas
enjoy
station
everything out
anymore.
there.
He's not worried about that.
Actually, I go fill up there every day.
Oh, yeah? Okay.
That's very cool.
Waiting
lot
for
of
that
driving.
woman to room. What's that, Manny?
That's a lot of driving. He fills up there every day.
Yeah.
Yep.
She gave me her number too, and I
No
don't-
way.
Yeah, and I lost it.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
We would have brought her on as a guest.
That
Heck
would've been
yes, that would have been so cool.
What was like when you were standing there? Did she like stop and like have a vision
It was
type of
like,
thing?
yes. When I held the door open for her, and she goes, "Thank you."
Wow.
Are you an Anunnaki?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was like that, and I was like, "My name's Cameron."
Yes,
That is
and
so
please pay for my
cool.
gas.
Yeah.
$200 in that big truck.
The universe will have favor on you if
Yes.
you just fill up my tank.
Wow,
And
that's
an
a cool
energy
experience,
drink.
Cam.
Have you had any experiences?
No.
No? Never been out there in the Texas plains seeing stuff with all your biofuels? Because you're putting these plants together, right?
I do believe that we can get some interesting technology from these extraterrestrials. I mean, I'm in the renewable energy industry, right?
Right.
So I'm always trying to figure out where do we get our next technology from? How do
You
we,
have a totally different look at a wood chipper than we do.
Yes.
Yeah. How can I take that and pound that? So,
But no and no encounters. I do know a gal who told me that she was abducted.
yeah?
Wow.
Did she tell you the story? Can you translate?
She wrote a book about it.
Oh.
And
What was it called? My Love Affair with an Alien?
I don't recall
Starman.
the name of the book, but I'm sure she would be happy to come on and be your guest.
Oh, it's,
We
we got to get some people on this show that have been
serious, that have
abducted.
been
I want to hear like full on details. Because if they can't do it, I mean, if you're that freaked out, you're looking around, you can't move, you're looking at everything. I mean, I can go, there was 16 holes in the ceiling. It had 13 vents. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would know, or I don't know, would you guys not think that way?
No,
I mean,
Like, I'd
I don't
want
know.
as
When
much
you're
detail.
When you're panicking, I don't know what you.
I'd be looking for a weapon.
But yeah,
I'd be
you
thinking
would.
that's cold.
Oh my God! Looking over in the back. Cam.
Oh,
Oh my God.
hamina.
I don't know.
There was a couple. There was a brother and a sister on Oprah, like in 1994 or something, that had been. Both of them were abducted, but at different times, and their whole story. They were on there twice, I think, and I remember watching that. And you could tell when the man was talking and talking about the story and sharing it, that he was really emotionally affected by it. Like, it just, I don't see some. I mean, yeah, people can act and whatever, but it just it resonated with me that that really happened to him.
Okay.
Even just talking about it again. So,
There's
yeah, we need
enough
to get-
people that have said over the years that it's not like there's a handful.
Right.
It's like,
no, there's a lot. And I'm
There's a
sure
lot.
some people just do it for attention and want to write a book or get fame.
Sure.
But in reality, I think there are a lot that have. And also, in reality, the fact that, like I said, 10 years ago, you'd be locked up and put away for life if you even brought that to someone's attention. So
Well, super geniuses like Tesla and Einstein said that they didn't specifically say, and Jack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's an Einstein.
And they don't specifically say that they got information from aliens, but they do say that like these ideas and these inventions, were basically like downloaded to them.
I agree with
They
that.
said
They also did LSD.
They were not their own. That they
agree
were
with that.
downloaded to them.
It's true.
But it's
What's that?
They also did LSD, so they were reaching the outer limits of their mind. Right? Not everybody, but
Hey, guys,
some of them.
They
Yeah.
were exercising their pineal gland.
I don't know if you guys can't see it from here, but Bendover said on YouTube, on the chat there, the live chat, the government is steeping with alien gases into our lung, but they couldn't keep it down, so now they're covering our mouths with chip masks that track our day-to-day and lower our testosterone.
Oh my God.
I don't think aliens are doing that. I think the reptilians are all.
And he was doing that from
are
which
doing that.
mental institution?
Is Ben's sister Eileen there? Is she saying anything?
You know what? You
Bend
can't
over and
pass
Eileen
anything.
over.
Even though that guy
Eileen,
said that and
bend
I made
over.
that comment, you also have to think like some people are coming up with some pretty
Yeah.
creative ideas. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, I made a joke and I apologize, but now I'm resorting back. Like, what we used to think was crazy or that guy was nuts. Now you're going, it really wasn't that nuts.
Yeah.
It's actually kind of makes sense, right? We don't know what the hell we're putting into our bodies now. I mean, working at a meat company for years, you see how many, all the processed foods and stuff that we're getting. Who knows what they're putting into us?
Yeah, just in a chicken nugget.
I mean, I used to be good looking.
It just
Started eating this healthy meat, not so good looking.
oh wow.
Just kidding.
Now you're beyond good looking.
And you're
thanks.
beyond beef.
Way to go, bring it back. There it is.
Good, Kim.
Oh, look at
my
Manny. He's
gosh.
just handsome guy right there, man. He's just looking at him. He's chilling on his couch. He's probably got
I'm
his.
reading Bendover talking.
Oh yeah, what's
you
he
guys
saying?
gotta see the chat.
Maybe we can put it up. I don't know.
Yeah.
Can we put it up?
Yeah.
Here, let me see if I can put it up.
Get somebody else's input on there.
Well,
Whoever this Bendover is.
Why that name? Though?
I think he
Why?
just made a name.
Yeah.
I don't think he wants his name out there.
Bendover.
Bend
Yeah.
over.
I think that was a Simpsons thing back in the day, wasn't it?
Is there any other good comments you're seeing? Can we get Bend over to call in?
I'm just taking a look here.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
Oh yeah, there's a lot in here. Well, mainly from Bendover.
Yeah. So we have one
There's
loyal
also a
fan.
dude-
Nice.
There's also a dude idiot. So
Dude idiot?
Dude
you guys
idiot.
They're just being funny, but there's a lot.
Well, that's good.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
I think
the
it's
Earth
all
will-
because you wore
out
that
of-
shirt.
The Earth, without a doubt, is flat with a globe top that covers the hemisphere that keeps in all of our spirits, so that the aliens outside don't capture our I don't know if this was going to say metabodies.
This guy has
Antibi?
no friends in the Air Force.
Yeah.
Anybody that believes in a
Well,
flat
you
Earth
know what,
has
though?
zero friends in the Air Force.
Okay, I got a friend who is a total flat earther. Like he will debate me left and right on a flat Earth. I still think it's round. Okay, not because they landed on the moon, but because I've been in an airplane, and you can see, and I get where he's saying that's a dome. I don't know how you can formulate a dome that you can see with the curvature of the Earth. Like even when you go to the top of the Sears Tower, which
Yeah.
you can literally see that it's curved. It's that high up, that you can, it's not like it's a baseball like effect. It's long distance and you can see it go down, right?
Well, Elon Musk he tweeted at the Flat Earth Society and said, "Why is there no flat Mars movement?"
I love that guy, man.
He's awesome.
He is so cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to get him on one of these
Yes.
shows.
Oh my gosh.
That would be cool.
I'm gonna work on that. That's gonna be a couple of really big calls and begging. You might see me cry, but I'm gonna try and get him on. But flat Earth, Manny, what's your take on flat Earth? Because when you hit a home run, it would go forever.
Sorry, Mr. Bendover, but that is false, and it's actually been proven. There's a documentary on Netflix that they tested out with using light and how it would, be high. If it was flat, it would be level, but it's not. So at a certain distance, you can see that it's actually the light that they shine has continued straight.
Have you guys seen
Something
those?
like that.
Have you guys seen?
I'm not.
Go ahead, Manny. I'm
keen on
sorry.
this, though. What's that?
No, I was letting you finish. There was a little bit of a delay.
Oh yeah. No, it was just they basically disproved it. For me, it's kind of silly.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll entertain anything though.
Yeah.
We can entertain it, but
Good.
I think that trend has passed. Right, that was kind of a thing. For a
Yeah, it
while,
came
but-
in and then they proved it wrong, and they don't really know where to stand.
Well, I feel like a lot of these people, like, for the first time saw the Truman Show, and they're like, "That's it. That's what's going on."
Yeah.
You know, we're all living on a Truman Show.
Do you guys know the Truman Show with Jim
Heard of it,
Carrey?
but I've never watched it.
Okay.
They put him in a bubble, basically, in a fake
Jerry,
world.
if I wasn't watching you right now,
Yeah.
I would think that this was you typing.
Really?
Wow.
With the name Bend Over? Yeah. See, thanks, Nance. Way to back me up there. I would probably think of a more hilarious name.
Yeah.
Wow.
Whatever. It's a classic.
Is that a friend of yours, though? Did you tell him to
Dude,
chime in?
no, he says he can't let the government know his true identity.
I love those guys.
He worked on the show.
Hey, we got to get him on the show.
Yes.
That's it. So bend over, send an
Wear a
email
mask.
to info@acemediabroadcasting.com. We'll blank out your face. We'll distort your voice for about a minute, and then we'll show everything.
Right, exactly.
Because we got to get you on. I love guys like that. I mean,
it.
when you can have an honest debate about the world, right? And I'm open to anything. At this point, who knows?
Yeah,
like the vaccine, does it work? There's not a lot of testing. You can take it. If you feel comfortable taking it, go ahead and take it. I'll high five your third arm.
Yeah.
I'm not a big. I'm not really into the whole vaccine yet. Being that
You
I
are
just
the
don't-
experiment.
no,
Right.
I don't want to be an experiment.
No, thank
period. But it just not enough testing.
No.
You know, I mean, when you had the chicken pox, they did an enormous amount of testing, and it worked. Now you get the shot when you're a kid, and that's okay. But rushing it, I don't know. And now we have other what do you call it?
Variants.
Variants.
Variants coming out. Strands. That's what I was looking for. Thank
And
you.
then they're going to have pop-up vaccinations to cover that.
How many vaccinations? Because you got to get a boost every couple of
Yeah, they were
months.
saying
And on
You're
the
going to
new
be
ones,
boosted
they
forever.
put it straight to the people. They don't have to do any testing on it. So you're being tested on the pop-up vaccine.
Now, Nick, how are these injections with Jack Daniels doing? I mean, you seem very healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah?
It's working.
Yeah. Okay.
Straight into the bloodstream.
Yeah, right there. Just put the IV right on him. Give him a weekend. He comes out
my.
Monday. He's fine.
I mean, if aliens were going to try to take over the Earth, wouldn't it start out as a virus or something?
I don't think they would have to try.
I don't think
If
aliens
they
are
can-
trying
if-
to take over the Earth,
If
though.
they can come
Well,
from
no,
that
because
far away, they
Look,
can take
everyone
over
always
anytime.
thinks of everything being so big, like they're big, they're our size. If you can't see it, then you can't, like Trump said, actually, I mean, it's the invisible enemy. I mean, so
That would
if-
probably be a very effective way for them to dismantle us. A vaccine that starts to wipe it off.
integrate into our bodies.
Well, just wait a few more months, a couple of years, and let's see who actually comes back and gives us a report on how they're doing after the
I
jab.
wasn't really nervous until I grew a tail.
I mean,
You know, started becoming like Avatar.
Mm-hmm. I started singing like Adele.
Yeah?
You got a weird one, man.
We got a live one here.
oh my God.
So going back to your, have you had any? You know, you've been here for a while, and we've never heard any of this.
Holding
This is the
out
first
on us,
time,
but
like
yeah.
you've come out of the shadows there with your story.
I'm like everybody else. I don't talk about it.
Oh.
I sound like a weirdo if I do.
Oh, I would
No,
be
we're not taking you as a
talking about
weirdo.
it. Not
We're
at
just
all.
we're shocked that
Yeah.
you opened up here, because I was looking at Nancy and Cameron, and well, you know her as well, but we were all like, what? We've been talking about doing aliens all week, and you never mentioned like, hey, I have a story I could share. So you sprung one on us, and for that I'm thankful. But in the end, is there any others?
No, I've only
No?
had two
Just two?
experiences, but that
Now, do you still have that phone? Like you're hoping, like, coming back
I keep hoping.
On
I
her
remember-
nightstand every night.
like come on.
I'll come outside this time.
I know.
I'm surprised you went outside.
Okay.
See, I'm not afraid of seeing an alien, I don't think. But in the middle of the night, if something telepathically or on my phone or any other way said, come outside, hell to the no. I'm not going outside.
You're grabbing that tinfoil roll and making yourself a hat.
I'm not going outside, but I would be curious, like, what's going on. But so you were brave.
I would totally go outside.
I know you would.
I was
You'd be
fearful
panicked.
at first, but I had a complete,
Yeah.
when I went outside, I had a complete sense of peace.
Yeah.
And
I mean,
it
I
was
guess if
just
peace came over me, because I do believe in all that energetic juju and all that. So if that happened, maybe I would. I guess can't say until you know and it happens to you. But my first reaction was, I'm not going outside.
and it wasn't even. A
Why wouldn't you?
That fear part of me.
What's the fear if you're relaxed? If they put you in a
Oh,
relaxed
if they
state?
did that, then I would go. But like
Oh.
my first reaction, if that peace didn't come over me, that sense of energetic peace, like it's okay, you're good, you're safe, that panic part of me would.
So
trying to go
there's
walk in
like
my
hieroglyphics of aliens and spaceships and
Yeah.
the guy with
Pyramids and everything,
the pyramids
Absolutely.
and rock caves and all kinds of stuff. So maybe we're just like their experiment. Maybe they just keep coming back to like check up on us.
We're like their little ant
You know?
farm.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah, exactly.
just come back a couple of months.
Like, oh wow, they're not as hairy anymore. That's cool. You know, they don't have the flat heads as much. And,
No, I think
you know,
they're allowing
they're
us to
talking more.
evolve.
We're not walking
That's
on our
good.
hands.
I
Yeah.
think so too, Bonita. Definitely.
You what?
With that?
They're allowing us to evolve.
Oh,
They're
of
not
course.
interfering. That's why I said it's sort of like
They should start interfering when we get to these wars. Like,
they,
you know.
they will.
Oh my
Oh, you
Actually,
think so?
that's one of the things that they said is that they're,
So they told you 10
they're
years?
appearing to people so that you are light workers, so that if once we start to destroy, they're not going to let us destroy our world, and
I agree
we
with
might
that.
get to that point where we will.
I think we
right?
just
You know,
need this shake up to evolve.
Well, that's
and
when they're
move
going to
into the new
come,
age.
and they're going to say no, and we're going to know they're here. So they're going to have.
So it's gonna
light
be like
workers
Independence
that
Day where
already
they just
know
come
about
in
them
on the ships?
that are going to calm the general public down. Yeah.
Well, I've heard.
Now we're getting to the good stuff.
From a guy that was given a big conference, and I actually think David Wilcox. You know David
Yes.
Wilcox.
Yeah.
He's all over.
Yeah.
He was saying that they're here to protect us, and that there are those that want to harm us, but we're here to figure something out, and because we're like cosmic DNA royalty.
Really?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And
We're the royalty.
We're the royalty,
And they want to follow us. Have
have
they
to-
not
they have to
seen what the
protect
hell's
us,
going
yeah.
on in this world? We have a virus. We can't get along. We can't fly. We can't have parties. We might be out by the 4th
But
of July.
what if we're like the only beings in the universe that can create music, or that we have an ability like?
It's because they only have 3 fingers.
Yeah,
Can't
it's
play
tough.
maybe
No,
the
yeah,
banjo
yeah,
or the
bass
violin.
guitar,
Yeah.
maybe, but the full
That's about it. But the
12
kid,
string, forget
12
about it.
Yeah, they're out.
Yeah, they're done.
They got to use their feet.
But playing the drums with 7 now their arms.
Oh yeah,
Imagine
like the
beat.
octopus hands.
Yeah.
You just drumming it out. That would be amazing. But I can't see us as like the leader of the DNA food chain. We're not
Right.
because our
I'm the
bodies are
most
so fragile, right?
Yeah.
They're walking in winter, summer with just skin. We're
True.
wearing jackets.
But think about how cold it is
Muffs.
in space.
Yeah, I know.
So they're used to it.
Oh wow.
And yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. What's up, Manny?
raising my hand over here.
Oh, another bend over
Just
comment.
another update as I'm watching the chat. Mr. Bendover says he can come on, but he needs to know that he can trust you guys.
Ask him. Okay, if he's listening, Mr. Ben, are you actually in Phoenix? See if he types that in. Give us the answer, because that would be interesting. If it is, we'll meet him in private. You'll see the 4 people, and can you trust us? If the story is good, you're telling it, so I wouldn't understand how you wouldn't be able to trust us.
We'll keep his identity.
If that's what he
Sure.
wants.
Yeah.
We'll call him Bend Over.
Yeah.
We'll put an alien mask on him during the
Yes.
interview,
That's a great idea.
right? This way we
And
could
distort
say.
his voice and
Yeah,
you're,
but
you're good.
but
Ben.
afterwards he has to take a picture with all of us.
Yes.
Can it be an elf mask?
Oh, an elf?
Oh,
Yeah, that would be
God.
good. Well, you know what? We'll let him pick the mask
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
this
cool.
way.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would totally. Is he replying back? Is he in Phoenix?
He said, "I am listening."
Is there
Well,
a delay? Is he in
I mean,
Phoenix?
if he wants to come in, it would be not next Friday. Well, next Friday we're going to do it live from the PBR,
Yeah.
right?
So the following Friday.
the following Friday. That's what I'm saying. If he's in Phoenix,
we can make
then
that
then I can make it work. If he's somewhere else, it's about timing. and we'll
He said, I can be in Phoenix, but I need different times and locations.
different times.
And then we got somebody else on here.
Oh, he wants to be pre-recorded.
Oh, okay. I see what he says.
I love it.
So-
Manny, our outside reporter,
This is
tuning
great,
in.
Manny. Yeah.
Yeah.
Reporting
Thanks,
live
Manny.
from the Parra house.
Then there's somebody. Do you guys know who Mike Hawk is?
Mike Hawk?
Mike Hawk? No.
Oh, okay.
Jerry might know, but maybe.
Hey, thanks a lot.
Wow.
He's got a cousin, Mike Hunt.
Someone's like
Yeah.
creating these accounts.
He what?
Someone's creating these accounts to mess with us. But funny question. What's your opinion on the Jewish space lasers and how they will affect the crypto markets?
The Jewish space
Is it?
laser
Did you say
laser?
Jewish?
Yeah.
What is a Jewish? I'm a
They're
Jew.
blue.
What's a Jewish space laser?
The laser's blue.
Oh, I've never
And
heard
then
of
how
that
will they
before.
affect the crypto markets?
It'd probably make it go up if it's backed by a crypto. If there's a crypto coin for it, then I would say yeah.
On the Jewish space lasers.
Hmm.
I know nothing about that.
Got nothing.
I don't know. We can't answer that question.
Yeah.
Any others, Manny, while you're at it? A little
Yeah,
Q&A
any
going
other,
on?
Why do you think World War II started? That's what Bendover's asking. But
Well, Hitler was looking for some kind
He was
of
looking for the
alien
Stargate.
or Stargate, or because he was digging in like the South Pole.
Well,
Hitler
looking
wanted to
for-
be a god.
Huh?
He was looking for anything that could make him a god.
So Noah's Ark is actually in Turkey, right? They found that they were gonna. I was talking to the people about doing a documentary because I did like 76 movies, and they were asking because they wanted to do a documentary on it. I just didn't want to get involved because it was flying to Turkey and them walking up mountains, and it was like hiking and a lot of athletic stuff I couldn't do anymore. Well, I just couldn't. It was cold. But they have found Noah's Ark actually buried within like kind of like a tombed type of scenario. And then I also worked with the people that did a documentary called Bloodline. That was actually very interesting. That was, you saw the Da Vinci Code where, at the end they followed the rose line, which led to, Mary's tomb, right? Well, they had the bloodline, and they were actually got the background with the Priory of Zion, who are actually supposedly protecting it, which I thought was just amazing. And they actually got to the people, and they had the interviews, they did the blackface, but what they said was pretty, it was kind of hard to not say it, but then they took them down. So like you're watching it, and then all of a sudden you're thinking, yeah, come on. And then he says, okay, so now he's going to take us into the tomb. And you're like, all right, now I got to watch, right? Now they lured me in, right? Because now I'm watching. And they were literally going down this very dangerous, kind of a very close quarters cave entrance with, staggered rocks where, people were falling, tripping, the cameraman fell. I mean, it was very hard to get to, which made sense why, you'd put something in there, because there's no way, like, if somebody was shooting at you, you'd be running, you'd be dead. So I think it was very tactical, but they showed this whole thing as the movie or the documentary is called Bloodline, which was quite fascinating. So what's Bendover saying? Anything good?
I'd much rather have, let's see. I'd much rather have the subhuman animals laced with mass drugs and send it to a small dog kennel so that we can protect our youth from liberal
Liberal what?
schemers?
Scammers?
Scammers?
Yeah, scammers.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Well, that's that.
All right.
Jack, are these your friends?
Yeah. Probably Cody. You think it's Cody?
That would be awesome.
That would be. He's just messing with it. He's told us he had a client. His client's Bendover. All right. Well, I have this video here. Let's run this one. This is one that Nancy pulled up. So, Jack, why don't you flip over to the screen, and I'm going to hit play. There we go.
It was a discovery made almost by accident. Scientists using this radio telescope in Chile and another in Hawaii were looking for something basically to prove it wasn't there. They scanned Venus for phosphine gas to show the planet's limits. Well, it turned out not to have the limits scientists thought it had.
I was just stunned. I did this as an interesting experiment. I'd never really thought about detecting it.
What they found isn't life. It's a biosignature. It's something usually produced by something living. On Earth, phosphine gas is produced by bacteria in environments with very little oxygen. With Venus, the scientists tried to find another explanation for the phosphine, but had to rule all of them out.
Not a single process we looked at could produce phosphine in high enough quantities to explain our team's findings of phosphine in the Venus atmosphere.
Now, we've sent probes and landers to Venus before. The first one was 60 years ago this past spring. It's our closest neighbor, one planet over, just 143 million kilometers away. Well, the surface of Venus is too hot for anything to live there. It's hot enough to melt lead. But it's believed that billions of years ago, the surface was cooler and wetter and may have had life. As it warmed up, some of that life might have evolved up into the high clouds. 50 or 60 kilometers in the skies over Venus, conditions are still very rough, windy and acidic, but the pressure is similar to Earth's and the temperature's about 30 degrees Celsius. Those are conditions that could sustain life. Now, what would that life look like? Canadian astronomer Nathalie Ouellette says they'd be microbes, unlike anything we're used to.
Anything that would be life like as we know it on Earth would need to have like a protective shell of graphite or something that's protecting it from the acid.
Ouellette describes herself as cautiously very excited. Finding even some strange microbe on Venus would mean life on another planet, and that further out in the galaxy, there's likely even more. Mike Armstrong, Global News, Montreal.
Global News.
All right, turn the mics off for a second, but
Williams.
So pretty interesting. Venus. Now we're moving to Venus. Who's claiming Venus? I want to get Venus.com before anyone else does. Manny, we're going to get the Venus crypto coin so that we have time to build it before they get there. Is that right?
What are we going to do with that? You got any ideas?
Yeah, we're going to sell it.
Create anything. People are going to buy it right
We're
now.
going to sell pieces of land. Crypto land opportunity.
Yeah.
Get some beachfront property right next to that lava pit. Right?
Yeah, maybe our grandkids will be able to cash in on that.
I think so.
Everybody gets excited for an ICO now.
That's right. You look. What's Bitcoin at?
Oh gosh,
like
what,
60?
65,000?
Is it 65 now? Yeah.
I'll tell you.
Our roving reporter Manny out on the scene.
61,464.
Oof.
It's down.
Yeah,
That's
it's
actually
down
a little bit.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, I think we have had quite an experience, and I think so. I think what we're going to do is we're going to organize what we call the desert viewing, right? We got to come up with a name with it. You're a slogan guy. Come on.
What part of the desert?
Huh?
What part of the desert?
I don't know. Flat.
Yeah, but Sedona has a lot of sites too.
Should we go up there?
Oh,
Yeah.
But it's hard to park.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah, it's hard to
do you
park
know
out.
they park their spaceships in mountains?
Oh,
Some of the mountains in Sedona.
do they have those
But they can
lifts where I could drive in and
fly
it takes
up
me
the
up to the third floor and then?
Wouldn't
I
that
bet
be
the
nice?
pink
I
Jeep
wanna go
tours.
in one
Yeah.
of their-
Pink Jeep tours. They'll take you right
Yeah.
to
Oh,
the
yeah.
landing sites.
There you go.
Yeah.
There's the hole where it goes in. Pink Jeep. All right. Nothing. All right. Moving on.
Yeah.
Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody for coming today. We're going to wrap it up today. Manny, I got to thank you for coming in via the video conference. Look good. That is you, though, right? What's with the alien behind you?
Don't
We
look.
can't-
I can't hear you, buddy. Got to turn your mic on.
We can't
The
hear you,
alien
man.
stole his voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you are.
There you
Oh,
go.
there he goes.
Somehow I muted it.
Come back to us, Manny. Well, we wanted to thank you for coming on, being a part of the show. I know you couldn't make it here today.
Yeah.
I think everybody just
Family
needs
full of Corona.
to like take away from this that they are cosmic royalty.
Yes.
You know, we are
Yes.
cosmic royalty.
We are.
We might just be space dust, but you're royal space
Well,
dust.
all
to
our
me.
guests will be leaving today with their royal crown. Compliments of Ace Media Broadcasting. So you'll be crowned on your way out.
Wait, royal crown or crown royal?
I think it's Crown Royal.
Oh, thank God.
All right. Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody for tuning in. Check out next week. We will be broadcasting live from the big PBR rodeo that's coming up in Prescott next weekend. So we're going to have bull riders on the show coming in and out. So you're going to get to see what the life of bull riders is like. I mean, we had some people in talking and we watched some videos. I got to tell you, those guys are nuts. Riding that 2,000-pound bull.
Yeah.
And the one guy had his face reconstructed, and as soon as they cleared him to get out, he was on 15 bulls. I'm like, wow, that's a cowboy.
It's nut eared and squirrel turds right there.
That's it. Well, thank you. Thank you for that. So, all right. Well, I want to say thanks, everybody. Nancy, Nick, Bonita, Cameron, and myself signing out from Phoenix, Arizona, here at the Ace Media Broadcasting Studios. Thanks, guys. Talk to you later.